Coach Wilson was talking about yesterday going down to Texas and trying to find some guys who were a little bit under recruited. He said he found you and spent a couple hours with your high school coach just looking at film and coming up with ways to use you. Tell me about your recruiting process overall. Do you think maybe some schools, some of the coaches were maybe a little turned off, just not knowing how to use you, where to use you because you're playing quarterback and maybe you weren't a quarterback?
Yeah. So with my recruiting, I started my sophomore year. I started playing more of a fullback, and that's where I started getting most of my looks from. So I was getting looks from Arkansas State, Alabama, schools like that, and more into my junior, senior year when I moved into quarterback. Schools would overlook me, and they wouldn't know where to put me. So with Alabama, their coach didn't know where to put me because I was oversized at quarterback. So he was thinking more of putting me as like DN or linebacker or more of the defensive side. But mostly schools, they just couldn't. Their assistant coaches just couldn't sell me to their head coaches like Coach Wilson said last night. But really, with Coach Wilson, he knew what he wanted, and he sold me on what he wanted me to do with his team. So that's how I got here.
It may be neither here nor there, but what if Indiana hadn't gone down there? What was your backup plan? What were you going to do maybe if you didn't have this kind of interest and this kind of approach from Indiana? What were you going to maybe play D-line? Were you going to consider that, or maybe hoping out for running back offer, D1 offer some other time?
Well, when Indiana came, they came kind of late in the process, but it was still early before I actually signed. So when before Indiana, I was looking at schools like Baylor and Arkansas State, so I still had some other options to go to. And even though with Baylor, I had a buddy there who plays D-line. His name Brian Nance. He kind of helped me with recruiting there and helped me like get looks over there. So if Coach Wilson didn't come, I would have had other options, but it wouldn't be as big as Indiana with my role.
Right. Do you remember the first meeting you had with Coach Wilson? When was that?
The first day he came to Texas to look at Lego.
Yeah.
When he said he had was looking for another player who said who's the best player in Texas, blah blah. He came to my school and he talked to me that day, and it was, I want to say, somewhere in November, late November. And then when he came, he was selling me on what he wanted me to do. And actually, when he came, I didn't even know what school it was, so I was shocked, and I was just amazed by him coming there. And I knew who he was because he coached at Oklahoma and coached some of the guys that I look up to now, and I just really liked it. And then we set up my official for the next month, and then when I came here December 11th, I just fell in love with it, and I just committed.
How important was it for you, I guess, specifically to have a head coach coming down recruiting you? Because it sounds like some of the other assistants who went down there may be a little shy of going back to the head coach and saying, hey, I got this guy, but I don't know where to play him.
I think it was a real special moment for me for Coach Wilson to come himself as a man to come and talk to me and see where I stood on Indiana and his team, rather than all the other schools who just their assistant coaches would come and see, we like you. If not, because Michigan came one time and they didn't offer me, but they was coming. Their assistant coach came and talked to me about some fullback stuff, but stuff didn't work out. So I think everything just worked out best of my hand.
With all the things you're asked to do here at Indiana, how much does it kind of help you having that background playing quarterback for a few years, where not only are you playing with the ball in your hand, but you also kind of know where other guys are supposed to be on the field? Does it kind of give you maybe a more broad understanding of the offense at large, just kind of playing that quarterback position and leading a team in the past?
Yeah, no doubt. Me playing quarterback back in high school, it gives me more of a field general look. So later on in the years, as I progress as a player and as an athlete, as a man, I could be able to lead more because I have some of those leadership qualities because I played quarterback. So I was in that role where I had to lead and lead my team from behind, and so I have those leadership qualities that can help my team later on.
How do you feel like, what's allowed you to kind of take on this role that you have so soon, so early, being asked to juggle so many different things in one role? What's allowed you to step on campus over the summer and be where you are right now?
Well, really, from day one, you just got to have your mind set. Because from day one, Coach, I came in heavier than what I was really supposed to be. So I had to get my mind right and really get to what they wanted me to be at so I could really embrace my role. Because early in the summer, if you ask any of the teammates, they'll tell you I wasn't ready to play, like body, physical, or anything. So as I really progressed through the weeks in summer, I had to get myself ready and really live up to the standard that they have to me and really embrace my role.
I've heard like 5 or 6 different weights for you in the last month and a half. What are you at right now?
Actually, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself.
What do they want you at?
More in 260s.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get down to that.
Where were you when you stepped on the campus?
When I stepped on, I was 280.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. What about when did the nickname Big Bacon first get thrown on you?
We was in the meeting room one day, and Clyde Newton was just saying, "Big Bacon, Big Bacon." And I was looking around like, "Who's he talking to?" And he said, "You, Natty." So all right, I'll be Big Bacon. So I mean, I got some other nicknames here, but really my real nickname is Big Bacon.
Did you have any nicknames back in Texas?
Not till I got here.
What do you think about Big Bacon?
I like it. I'm gonna stick with it.